The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD Director's Cut Deluxe Plus. Yeah. So I picked this game up for the Switch. I never actually thought that this game would get remade. I thought that the motion controls were so ingrained into this game that they wouldn't do that. And here comes my cat again. Yes, I'm talking to no one. Please leave the room. So Skyward Sword came out exactly 10 years ago. I played this game in 2021 and it was good. I actually enjoyed it better than the original Wii version. There's a couple little things that kind of bothered me, like, so the sword controls make more sense when it's just a button press. So I had one of my coworkers ask me if they should buy this game on the Switch. I would suggest like playing this game. This is a really fun game. I adored this game when it came out in 2011. It was the last, like pretty much the last Wii game. And around the time when it came out, people were worried that it was going to go to the next Nintendo system, kind of like how they did that with Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess. It fully gave you the promise of a motion-controlled game on the Wii. Red Steel 2 kind of did the same thing. It felt like that promise. When you bought the Wii, it was just like you're gonna one day get this awesome game that uses motion controls, and here it is. So like every like Zelda game that comes out, it's like a landmark release, right? So like it's a big deal. It's like it's a Zelda game. But because this one released on the Wii in 2011, like the Wii was pretty much dead at that point. Like the Wii U came out in 2012. But the one thing I loved about the Wii version compared to this version is that the game was designed for 480p. They did this cool art style, and I remember talking about when I used to do video game reviews in college. Kirby's Epic Yarn was another one of those games where it made sense in 480p because they made everything kind of fluffy and kind of like, you know, like it matched the output in a way. Like you can tell there was like talented artists on board this saying like, okay, like what can the Wii do? What can we output? What can we do to make it look really good? And this game did this beautiful effect where the distance was blurred, but it looked like a watercolor painting. So the game looked like a moving watercolor painting. And with the Switch version, they kind of kept the textures in that kind of like fluffy, kind of phasey, I don't even know the word, but they kept it in that that style, which of course looks better in HD. Of course, it's a portable game. That's the caveat with every Switch game, is just that it's also portable. But there was something, you know, really nice about playing like a new game on like an old system. I'm the only one on the internet that's probably saying this, but you know what? I really like the game. And before the game even came out, like while the game was in development, like after Twilight Princess. So during the Wii era, it seemed like Nintendo was taking a lot of their franchises and basically dumbing them down for casual people. And I would call that soccer momming a game. So they would take like a beloved franchise that's like very, very respected, and then they would like dumb it down. And they were kind of doing that with Skyward Sword. And I remember an article coming out, or like a YouTuber talking about an article or an interview with Miyamoto where he talked about, I guess from a business perspective, that Zelda needs to become casual, you know, accessible, soccer mommed, basically. He wanted everyone to play a Zelda game and not get lost. So this game, when it came out, it felt like that. Like the enemy designs were very like cute. Everything was cute and like not threatening, and everything you did, like you knew where to go. So a game like this coming out after Breath of the Wild is kind of weird and kind of disrupts the branding of Legend of Zelda, because they've already established Breath of the Wild as this open world, we're gonna kick your ass, go wherever you want kind of game. And then they re-released this game. Like this feels more like an old school 3D Zelda, and that's what I tell people when I play this game. It feels like an old cool 3D Zelda. It feels more akin to Wind Waker now that you took away all the motion controls and like the main draw of the game. And of course, you can still play with them. You can still play with the motion controls. And I tried that with the Joy-Cons, but it's not like one-to-one like the Wii was. It's still kind of weird, you know what I mean? But once you take that all away and just give it normal button controls with a normal controller, it's just a 3D Zelda game. And it's an old school 3D Zelda game, and it's awesome, and it's great, and I loved it. There was a lot of like talk when the game came out about like they got rushed. Like they had to redo the game a couple times, so that's why like every environment in the game is basically a dungeon. Like you walk into an area, it's a dungeon. The entire game is just like this progressive climb towards like a dungeon, but the area before the dungeon is also a dungeon. So it's very like, there are many parts of the game that make you feel like they're wasting your time because they ran out of development time to really flesh things out. They have like the different shields that you can craft and stuff, and they got all like the different like objects and, you know, things and bugs and crap you can collect, but like your shield never really breaks. Like I played the game on I think the hardest difficulty, and it's like as long as you know what's going on, you're not gonna break your shield. Like nothing is gonna really, you know, test your shield durability. So like I would have loved to have some kind of system where like, I don't want to say the shields are always breaking, but it kind of gives you some kind of challenge in like maintaining your equipment. And of course they did that in Breath of the Wild, so I'm pretty much just, this was them trying to figure that out. Yeah, like on the Switch, this game is great. Like I said, it's an old school 3D Zelda game, but with a weird art style. And it's like, it's beautiful and in the way it's very simplistic. And I feel like that simple, like low polygon look is coming back. I think it's really nice when things just look clean and not overburdened with so much detail. I love that. You can tell by the boss designs and like the way everything is designed that it was at one point supposed to be like a casual game, right? Because like, you know, like the scorpion boss, it has like the big eyes and its claws, and it's like, oh, okay, you swipe it like that, you do that, okay, that's cool. But yeah, I love the game. It was great. I loved replaying it. I finished it and I was like, man, that was a good game. You know, when you play like a real good game, you know, when you have like a good glass of whiskey and it's just like, yo, that's a good glass of whiskey. This was a good glass of whiskey in video game form. This game's weird. Like everything is just weird. Like it doesn't make sense. Like why is there a giant floating island in the sky? Like, and there's only one bathroom. Like, are they just eating pumpkins? Like, everything is just pumpkin. Is there enough nutrition in pumpkins to sustain a human being? And like, it's probably cold up there. I'm just gonna say, like, this is an $80 game. In Canada, it's $90, but it's a Nintendo game. It's not gonna go down in price. There's not gonna be a sale on it. It's gonna stick to that price forever. So I feel like when games like this come out, you should have, like, people should, this is just a suggestion, and I really hope people don't hate me for saying this and it doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. But like with games like this where you only really play through it once and then you're done, you should have like a community of like 10 people, like on a Discord or a Facebook group, and you guys should all like agree to spending $10 on a game like this, and then you take turns playing it. So like a game like this for $90 with only one kind of playthrough, I feel like it shouldn't be $80. You're not gonna come back to it again and again and grind and, you know, like have that replay value. You're gonna play through it once or twice and then move on. So I don't think it should be $90. I get the value of The Legend of Zelda, but this is an old Zelda game. This isn't the new, like, this isn't Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is what Zelda is now, and this is no longer what Zelda is. This is an old school 3D Zelda game. You should enjoy it. I would suggest borrowing it from someone because that's a lot of money. And that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for listening to this. This game was from 2011 and it's remade. Oh my gosh, I am getting old. I am old. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. Yo, dude, like, I don't care. We don't care. Okay, bye. I am not responsible